What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator 2021 with me, the virtual mechanic. Yes, it is another police car. This is the Autotutto Libeccio. I have no idea that Autotutto. That's I can understand that. Libeccio. I have no idea. I'm now just saying random letters and sounds and hoping it sounds right. I can't get that. It's never going to happen. It's a beautiful looking car, very much based on the Alfa Romeo Giulietta or something along those lines. I'm terrible with pronouncing words, but there we go. It is a fantastic looking beast. Obviously, it's looking a bit sorry for itself at the moment. If we jump into here, though, it is the police version and is available in all the places. I haven't changed any of that. You too can get it in all of the places. I'm at the auction house, the terrible auction house. The engine in it is the V6 double overhead cam CHG, 251 horsepower, lower than some of the ones we've seen so far, but maybe, just maybe, it will still be good enough on the drag strip to get down a good time and maybe beat that Frisione. Fingers crossed on that one. I don't think so. If we open it up, we're going to be buying another crate engine for this one again today, and those shocks are weird. That is popping through a lot, isn't it? That's a bit of an issue. But anyway, it is what it is. We'll deal with that later. That's what we're working on today. We've got to get it bought first and hopefully get a good deal on it. Get it back to the car wash, get it cleaned up, get it stripped down, get it ready to look absolutely fantastic and for some good runs on the drag strip with all of the tuning we can possibly throw on the Autotutto. Well, she's all clean and on the lifter. Let's get a look inside that engine bay. We know we've got to buy a crate engine, but what else is missing from this engine bay? Also, the shocks have now fixed themselves back in the garage, which is good to see. Means I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, Everything from the engine bay is missing. Fuse box up here, battery, ECU, at least it's mounted the correct way. Radiator, all our liquid containers, ABS, and a brake servo up there with our air filter in the middle, and obviously a crate engine to go on there when we sort that out. As for the suspension, that side, it looks all right. Doesn't look like we're missing really anything there. No, not really. We do have a exhaust clipping through the frame, though, which is not the greatest thing from a dev-built version, although not from the actual devs at Red Dot Games. It was from a separate outside company, so just bear that in mind. But anyway, so we're missing brake pad, brake caliper, sway bar end link, and just the outer tie rod there. Obviously, the full exhaust system as well, but the other side's all complete. All the bushings are in there. That's good to see. Let's jump down the back. Maybe not. We are missing all of the exhaust right the way through to the end with the tips and obviously the fuel tank and a fuel pump. This side of the suspension doesn't look like we're missing much. At least this one's got the drive axle in it. Always good to see. Whereas this side here is missing the brake caliper spring cap. There we go. Suspension arms, a couple of suspension arms, and a shock. And that looks to be about it, actually. Obviously, it's drive axle and a hub bearing as well. Can't forget that one. Add that one to the shopping list. I know that one's going to escape me when I do it in a minute. So I'll get all of this added to the shopping list. Get it all stripped, repaired, replaced, or upgraded. And then we'll sort that engine out. In fact, while we're here, let's get it back up in the air. I know we got it up in the air for a little clip and then brought it straight back down again because there was no oil to drain because there's no oil pan. But we will start because one thing I do also always miss round to this side is a starter. Whenever I'm missing the starter, I always forget to add it to my shopping list because I take this out straight away and always forget it. So there we go. I'm going to crack on and get the rest of the suspension out, including the drive shaft and gearbox. Get that engine pulled out of there. We are going to buy a crate engine to replace it. You've seen how I've done that in different videos. If you've got TK Basics, I think it is, just go into your menu and press Z. It will change the settings over and you could buy a crate engine. In fact, we'll quickly show you. We'll open up the tablet. We'll go to the main one. Press Z. It will swap this over if you've got TK Basics. And then I'm just going to buy a tuned crate engine ready to go back in this one to replace that little block that's left. So there we go. I'm going to crack on with that. When we come back, it'll be time to sort out the bodywork for this beautiful Autotutto. That's all of the mechanicals taken care of, and now we need to sort out all of this bodywork and find our extra police parts. So let's get it all stripped down. Off you come, out you come there. Windshield, door, is it side skirts? It is not side skirts. I mean, base game cars or DLC cars are never really side skirts, are they? But it's always worth checking. You never know. Off with that door. No fender on that side. And, oh, one piece of interior. Let's get you out. Out you come. Are you... No, bolt mosquito seats. I was just double checking. In fact, while we're here... That's the wrong mode. While we're here, let's go in to the interior mode and have a look. So it's the Valson rear... Mosquito fronts and the Lots steering wheel. So proper mismatch of interior for the vehicles there. But that should be everything stripped off. I don't want that screen. There we go. We can swap the frame. That's what I needed to see. And nothing left on there. Let's jump in and sort this one out, though. The frame was at what percentage? 7%. Very low on that one. And we bought the car for $14,192 was our final bid price on there. It's probably going to be $750 again, isn't it? Yeah, they're all $750 on this one. Let's be honest. Let's just take a quick jump into the body shop just so we can have a look. Our extra parts are a light bar and front and rear lights, I think that is. I'm not 100%, but we'll get it all back together in a second and we will find out. I'll go repair the bits we can repair and then we'll buy what we need to buy and get it back together. Let's get this body back together then and into the paint booth. On we go, starting with the hood. Then we've got this lovely front bumper, which I do think is really nice. And car part 3, which is our front police lights, as they are. Then we've got our normal headlights in Yugo and in Yugo. The front end of this car does look pretty cool. With a different colour hood, I'm not going to lie. Maybe we go for a carbon fibre hood on this one. Not really fitting with the police theme, but never mind. On with the fenders. One new one, one replaced one on there. Windshield on Yugo. And then the doors, both repaired on this side. Obviously, new windows on there. But we did repair the mirrors, so that's a new thing that apparently we can do now. On with that light on the top there, come round to the back. My favourite piece of this build, that big rear bumper is absolutely beautiful. I do love the look of that. Tail lights in Yugo, and then a rear window and the trunk piece. Good looking trunk on there, and then obviously our rear police lights and a blank license plate for the time being. And then new door, repaired door, window, and repaired mirror on there. That should be all of the bodywork, but let's get in and sort the interior out. Should have done that first, really. The Valson rear bench, as I said. Bolt mosquito front seats on Yugo, and then the Lots steering wheel on the front to finish it off for a lovely mismatch of interior there. I quite like it. It's one of them things that's a bit random. But is that everything? 100%, 100%, 100%. That is what we like to see. Let's get this beast into the paint shop, check out the police liveries, and see which one we're going to go for today for the beautiful Autotutto. In the paint shop then with our Autotutto or our Italian car, probably some Italian police liveries. Let's have a look. First one here. Yes, this is the Carabinieri, the main Italian police force, as it were. I believe more Rome-based and sort of things like that. What's the second option? And that's the genuine Italian police car, or the standard Italian police car. I like this one better. This has got more going through it. Car 113, or is that the number? What's the other one say? 112. I don't know. Oh, I don't know, but I like this one better. It's got like the Italian stripes down the side, and given it this is a non-Alfa Romeo, Alfa Romeo, I feel like that one's fitting a bit more. Plus the white, and then this lovely light blue, which I am now going to struggle to match. So let's get all of this up. Oh, we've got a bit of help there. Maybe about 75. I think if I come off of that, yeah, look at that. Did I just absolutely nail that first time? Based on having that little bit there, knowing that that was going to be matte and slightly different. That's pretty good, isn't it? 205, 175. I'm happy with that. That's almost perfect. It's probably not quite perfect, but that's the blue we're going to go for. And I'm going to go for that on the engine bay, not on that build and that livery, in this livery here. That's going to look awesome. What do we do for the bolts? I feel like we just do white bolts again because we've got sort of like the Italian flag on here. So we could keep red brake calipers again, blending in with that. Then we've obviously got the white. I don't think we'll do a splash of green anywhere. We'll just keep that as it is. Maybe a little bit of a green in there. I'm not sure. But I do think we go for the bolt colours, everything again. I've got to remember which way round white is. I think it's that way. I'm so bad at this. Brightness all the way up, saturation all the way down is white. There we go. And this was at 75, wasn't it? Put that back down to there. So that should be white bolts. I think that's what we're going to go for. That blue, when you spray it, is definitely a funky colour. Not what I was anticipating, but it looks good nonetheless. We open up the engine bay. You can see that's quite similar, even though it is a matte finish in there. And we should have our pumper module, just so we can double check the bolts went white. Yes, they did. That's all I wanted to see there. Come back out of this. We'll close you down. And maybe if we can put a nice splash of green on the interior, we will. Although we've got plenty of blue and red in there. In fact, the only thing we're missing is a bit of white and a bit of green. So we'll give it a go. I'm not going to prompt anything. I'm going to do it with you so we can have a look together. Didn't want to do that. Let's go over to here and go to paint part at the bottom instead. And I want to go for seat so we can try and find that. Just so we can see, I just want to use this as a test to see if we can get some green in it somewhere without being the whole seat like that. That's probably a bit too much. That might not be too bad if we can get the right colour green. That's probably the best. Or that. It's going to look weird though, isn't it? How dark is the green? It's quite a dark green. Quite a dark green. Oh, apparently I can't type either. So we'll try that again. On the seat, and we'll go for a dark green, I think, a solid finish. It's reset itself back to there. We don't want everything, so it's either that one or just that one. I feel like it's going to be that one, just with a tiny splash of it. Let's give that a bash. We'll pop you in and see how you look. Maybe. And then we'll take a look at the colour. It probably still needs to be a little bit darker, but that doesn't look too bad. I think we will go for that. So I'm going to go for that. We'll see if we can get anything on the rear bench. Probably not. Benches are notoriously hard to paint in this game. So let's have a look. We're going to go on to you, and I am going to make that a little bit darker. We'll go down to 35, and then we'll just see if we've got some options for the rear bench without it being the whole thing. We could do the headrests or the headrests. Or the seatbelt clips, I think I saw there. Yeah, just the seatbelt clips in that one, which isn't quite enough. If we do the mix, yeah, that's the whole thing. So I think it's got to be the headrests and the seatbelt clips. Let's go for it. That's probably going to be too much for the back here, but we'll get it in and decide. It's not too over the top, and if we close the door, the green's not bad either. That green's not bad. So I feel like we're going to put that on that seat as well. I'll take you out. We'll sort that one out. I'm going to do it off camera. Maybe a bit on the steering wheel. Splash of white on there as well if we can. Maybe we will try and do a splash of a bit green on the engine bay just because we got it there without making it look too over the top. That's the plan anyway. Now you've got a general idea. I'm going to crack on with it. Probably won't be doing too much chrome in this one, if any chrome at all, because we've got like greyed out grills and stuff, so I don't want to chrome it up. Maybe we'll do black, full black exhaust. Maybe a full white exhaust, actually. That might look quite cool going through it. Probably a full white. But there we go. That's the plan. I'm going to get everything painted. We'll get it back on the lifter in a minute. And we'll start getting it all back together. Ready for you to enjoy the finished product before we take it down the drag strip. Well, here she is then. Looking pretty cool, if you ask me. I like this livery. I think it looks good. I also like the blacked out spoiler on the back there that you can't, well, I suppose I could have changed my quality of life if I wanted to, but I liked it as it was. It's all looking pretty nice, but first thing, I think we should, oh wow, you can get the air intake when the bonnet's closed. That's not good. But anyway, let's open it up and check out that engine bay. I used a lot of black in here to sort of dull it down a little bit. If I had these bright colours, it would have been way too over the top in here, considering that engine is a little bit over the top anyway. I've got a few splashes of blue on there, just on the head covers, just to sort of blend it into the engine bay. Lots of white on there, mixing in with the bodywork. Red, obviously, on the engine itself. Not really much place else. There's a bit on the shocks down there and a bit on the battery, but that's about it. And then we did get a little splash of green. I only went with the clips on there, just going around the air filter, just to sort of carry a bit of the green into the engine bay, considering we did do it on the seats. So I think the seats have turned out pretty well. The fronts have just got a little clipping at the top and at the base at the bottom, so it's not too in your face. Same on both sides. A little bit of central stuff on the steering wheel, just making it look a little bit more exciting, a little bit different. Race mode again activated, and then at the back we've obviously got the green headrests for our crims to get onto, with the green seatbelt clips as well. I can't believe I just said crims like James May from Top Gear. It was the first one that came to my head. So crims, I think crims is what we'll stick with from now on. There we go. I think it's looking fantastic. Let's check out the suspension. Now, as you saw there, we've got that blue bit there. That isn't the cross member. That's built into the frame. But I did my cross member in the same blue. So it looks pretty good from underneath and around the side sort of thing. It all sort of matches into one piece. I think it looks quite nice. But there we go. Did white on the upper and lower arms, black on the shock there with a few splashes of red just to make it look good. Also a blue knuckle as well. And that's not painted bushings. There's 26 big bushings and 8 little bushings in this one. I didn't paint them. That would have taken... I'd still be here next week trying to paint all of them. But anyway, the rear's about the same. Blue on the cross member, a few splashes of white in there, plenty of black on the bushings, and a few little splashes of red just to keep it interesting and exciting. We have gone for a white through exhaust, as I said. This is paint, quality of life paint override. Full paint 2. So you've got full paint 1, full paint 2. It gets a bit duller, I think. This is full paint 1, this is full paint 2. You can sort of see that's a bit duller, a bit rough around the edges. Looking more like an exhaust would, in my opinion. That's what I went for anyway. But we have got to do some wheels for this beautiful beast. And I'll be honest, I kept them as 28As. They were so good. I did buy new ones. I didn't have to. I could have used the original ones. All I realistically changed was the tyre and a splash of colour. So we've gone for the rim at 28A. The fronts and rears are different sizes. The fronts are a 19-inch with a 245 width and a 35 profile. No ET needed on there. And all I did was give it a bit of dull white, same as the exhaust, just around the faceplate here. The bolts are going white, but I just took some pictures and then came back in and they would gone silver again. So I don't know if they'll stay that way. We'll find out. The rear rims are different to the fronts. It is a 19-inch, still the same size, but it's 285 width and a slightly smaller profile at 30 at the back there. Doesn't need to be quite as chunky considering they're wider, which means the tyres themselves are a bit chunkier anyway. I think they look really smart. I mean, they properly suit this vehicle. It was a well-chosen set of rims. I mean, if you looked at the real Giulietta, it's sort of got a similar-ish style rim to this. I think they look beautiful, and I think they fit it very well. So I just left them as they were. I have already filled up all the liquids, so we're all pretty much done. The last thing for me to do to complete this car to 100% now is just swap those license plates over for my custom ones I've gone for today. So let's get on with that. Off with the front license plate. On with our finishing one, which is very simple. CMS, Italy, Police Department. It's like a crossover episode. Car Mechanic Simulator, Police Department, and the Italian Police Department. A joint task force coming together to rid the world of all those terrible crims. Sorry for the crims. It's bad, isn't it? But there we go. That's what I've gone for our Autotutto today. Let's get it outside in the sun. Hear that engine purr. Get it onto the dyno, see what its horsepower and drag rating is. Then it's onto the drag strip. Well, there she is, looking absolutely fantastic. It is a very, very good-looking car. The model on this one is absolutely fantastic. I think it looks beautiful. I also think the engine in that engine bay looks absolutely spectacular. Maybe a little bit on the cartoony side with the red and the blue together. Whenever you mix them two colours, sometimes it looks a bit cartoony. Or any of bright colours, it looks a little bit cartoony. But on the bodywork, it looks absolutely beautiful. And also a little green additions on the interior there, all looking very nice. But let's jump inside and hear that little V6 purr before we see what sort of power it produces. That's a nice noise. That's a really nice noise. I like the tick over. The tick over is very like throaty and growly, and then at the high end you get the whine. I do think that sounds pretty lovely, but anyway, that's enough of that. Let's get this beast onto the dyno before we head out to the drag strip. Let's see how much the little Autotutto proves on the dyno from its V6 CHG engine, 251 factory horsepower. How much have we added with our tuning performance parts today? Hopefully it's good. We got the high compression pistons in. A gain of 297 horsepower. Not the best, but still more than a whole new engine on top. 119% increase by bringing us up to 548 horsepower from this plucky little V6. Drag rating of C at 296, which isn't going to be good on the drag strip. It probably means it won't be that fast, it won't be that quick, but hopefully against the competition it should still do all right. Fingers crossed on that one. Let's have a look at the gearbox tune. There she is. I've gone for a 4.5 ratio. I did bring it up. Can't remember what it started at, but I brought it up a little bit for a bit more acceleration. I left this one as it was, brought this one up a bit for a bit more acceleration in second, this one up a little bit, this one up a little bit, and this one up a little bit for just a little bit more acceleration across the gears. Hopefully it'll be all right. I don't think it's going to break any records today, but there we go. We do have a fully tuned Stage 3 ECU, giving us 16% additional tuning. And that's easily done by clicking on this link in the top right hand corner here. You can watch a short video to see how to do that perfectly every time. There's also a link in the video description below, along with a link to do the carburetors if you don't know how to do them either. Both of them are linked down there, both shorts, less than 60 seconds long, and will help you out if you don't know how to do them or can't get them perfect every time with ease. There is a little trick to it. So check them out if you haven't already. Now it's on to the drag strip with the Autotutto. See if we can win a competition and where it'll end up on the speeder board. On the drag strip then with the Task Force Autotutto police car. Let's get into it. King of the Sands, quarter of a mile, but we're only in C class. We're at the top end of C class, but we're only in C class, which means it's only a 600 entry fee. And we won't be including this in the price breakdown at the end. As I've said, every video so far, but I just want to make sure that the drag entry fee and winnings aren't included in that prices. So let's get on with it. Who have we got? Right at the top, prop vehicle airboat in a Tesla Cybertruck. Caleb Davis in the Aston Martin, the DBR1. We got Multy in the Nissan 370Z. All the friends are here today. That looks about it. But our first race is against a law car, the Ecos Imperator, which is going to be quite a challenging race, I think. But we should be all right. We're top end of this class. We should be all right, but it does mean everyone else will probably be near the top end of this class as well. So let's get on with the first race against the Ecos Imperator. It's race number 1 for the CMS Italian Task Force Police Department car, whatever you want to call it. Let's have a look who we're up against. The Ecos, I don't know how to say it, Imperator. This is a cool looking car. Hopefully we'll be able to beat it, but this is a bit of a muscle car, so it should have a little bit of power behind it. There is only one way to find out though. Let's get back inside and let's go. Come on, you little beast. Off the line, into second, into third. Where are we? And we are pulling away. All of these police cars so far have been pretty good. We still got a couple to go after this one. Am I going to need to change gear? Just about not needing to change gear there into fifth. At 12.626 seconds. Not the best, and to be honest, not that much of an improvement from my original runs and testing. I was about 12.7, 12.8. I got a run of 12.57-ish, so 12.626 isn't too shabby. 182 kilometers an hour, but we did win. We're into the next round. Let's go see who else made it into the next round. We've lost Caleb and Multy up there, but prop vehicle airboat is still in the Tesla Cybertruck against the Hot Wheels Bone Shaker Hot Rod, and we're up against the Mercedes-Benz G-Class G65 AMG, the European edition, not the American version. I think we've got slightly trimmed in bumpers and some indicator stuff. Yellow indicators, I think. I don't think you need to have them in America. But anyway, let's see if we can beat the G-Wagon or the G-Class with our Autotutto Libeccio police car. I think I finally might have got it. It's definitely Libeccio, isn't it? I'm so bad at pronouncing things. But there we go. There's the G-Class, looking quite nice. It's a G-Class. We all like them. Everybody's a fan of a G-Wagon. But we need to try and beat it today. So let's go. Come on, you little beast. Off the line. Can we make it 2 for 2? That felt like a different start, but we are in the lead, and I'm happy with that. Only just, though. Just behind the pillar there. Let's keep going. Come on. And across the line. What did we get this time? 12.545. That's the best run of the day so far, I think. We got a 12.57-ish in our training, testing, whatever you want to call it, and 181 kilometers an hour. Very happy with that, and we're into the semi-finals, which I'm not going to lie, I wasn't quite expecting, but I haven't expected much from any of these police cars, and they've all blown me away so far. So let's just get into the semi-final and see who we're up against. So prop vehicle airboat and the Tesla Cybertruck are still in it, now against the Ford Mustang Saleen S281. And we're against the Ford Mustang Boss 302, which should be a challenging race, but we'll find out. I'm still surprised the Cybertruck's still in, although it is electric and they are very torquey and can put the power down very fast. So hopefully the Saleen beats it to the final. That's if we even make it. So let's go see if we will against the Mustang Boss 302. Oh, that Mustang Boss is a beautiful looking car. I don't need to go and look at it. We've seen it so many times. I love the Boss. I prefer the first gen Mustang to the Boss was like a facelift, I guess, but I prefer the Gen 1 a little bit, but it's still a good looking car. But anyway, we need to beat it. So let's go. And come on, Autotutto. Off the line. Into second. Into third. We are pulling away. Oh, these police cars are all very good. I don't know if it's now behind the A pillar or further back. I'm not sure. Hopefully it's further back. And across the line. Yeah, we did make it. I was a bit concerned at the end there. We've been terrible start from us. That is an amazing start from the Mustang there. But we did manage to win by quite a considerable margin as well, which I am still surprised about. But we are in the final, which means we have a chance to take all of the prize money. 12.654 seconds on that run with 182 kilometers an hour. Blink 182 comes to mind. So not our quickest run, but a decent top speed. Well, I got my wish, didn't I? Prop vehicle airboat, I do apologise. I wished you away from the final by saying hopefully the Saleen wins so we don't have to race something electric in the final. But I'm probably going to regret that against Dorothy Parker. It's probably going to smash me in the Saleen Mustang. But let's get on with it. Let's see if we can win the final race, whether we'll take 3,150 or whatever the big prize pot is for winning the final. Will I regret wishing away the Tesla Cybertruck as we take on the Saleen Ford Mustang in a beautiful red? I'm not going to lie. I don't know if it's just the sun glistening off it, but it looks very nice. But anyway, final race of the day. Come on, Autotutto. You've done well so far. Let's get the final win. Off the line. We didn't skip the lights. Into second. Into third. Where are we? We are pulling away. We're always pulling away. These police cars have all been fantastic. I've enjoyed building and racing every single one of them. What about you? Let me know in the comments below. Not our fastest run of the day with a 12.681. Our fastest was 12.545 off the top of my head. But we've got terrible launches. The Mustangs are getting good launches. Ours was bad, but we still ended up winning by a little over a second. So there we go. The Autotutto Libeccio. I still don't know. I should stop trying. Did really well. I'm quite impressed with it. It won its tournament. So let's go collect our prize money, see where it sits on the speederboard, and then find out that it is definitely last place so far from the police DLC. There we go. 6,750 is the winnings from the C-Class drag race or drag tournament, whatever you want to call it. So we'll take that. But again, not included in our final figures when we talk about the car's value a little bit later on. I say a little bit later on, as soon as we get back to the dealership in just a moment. So there we go. It's pretty good on the drag strip. So far, all of the police DLC cars have been good on the drag strip. What do you think of them? I am interested in your thoughts in the comments below. We've got 2 to go. The Emden Saxon and the Valsen 850, the Volvo looking thing, the Estate. I absolutely love it. I think it's my favourite car. I'm trying to save that one till last, but I've been trying to do that anyway, but I haven't seen a single one of the Emden Saxons appear for me yet. Not a police version anyway. So hopefully in the next episode, that will be that, and we can save the Valsen for last. But if I come across the Valsen, that's the next one I'll do. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get back to the garage. Well, there we have it, all finished with the Autotutto Libeccio, or something along those lines. The little V6 powerhouse coming in the quarter of a mile at 12.545 seconds, which is definitely the slowest out of all the police DLC cars so far. But 34th out of 43 on the speederboard, so still not that great in all honesty. 182 kilometers an hour was its fastest run down the drag strip, which isn't too bad considering it only had 548 horsepower compared to the others, which have been closer, if not over, 1,000. So there we go. Let's talk some costs though. We bought the car for No, we didn't. We bought the car for 14,192. I was looking at the wrong note there. And we spent 87,248 tuning it, upgrading it, modifying it, and painting it to look how it does now, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Pits our total spend 101,400 440. And with a sale price of 126,267, leaves us 24,827 in profit from our beautiful Autotutto. I think it has been fantastic. I've loved the police DLC cars. They've all done so much better than I anticipated on the drag strip so far. We do still have 2 left to go, so I could be disappointed before the end, but we shall find out as we get there. It's been a great video today. I hope you have enjoyed it, and if you want to support me just a little bit further like these guys have, you can become a channel member. I have 2 membership tiers, the Video Fan Club and the VM Garage Club. The Video Fan Club is 99p a month and basically gives you early access to all of my videos. You do get stickers and emojis on the YouTube and priority response to comments, and obviously you get your name on the videos in the little credit bits that I just showed there. But if you want to If you want to sign up to the VM Garage Club level, that's £2.99 a month, and it does give you access to the configs and liveries, my custom creations, the ones that you can see out the front of the dealership. All of them are available. Obviously not the Autotutto, because you can do everything I've done in this video today yourself with ease. You don't need custom configs or liveries for that. It's already all in game. So there we go. Thank you very much to my channel members. I do appreciate every single one of you. But thanks to all of you for watching. I do appreciate that. It's the best way you can support me. That doesn't cost you any money. It's just by watching the content, liking the content, subscribing, and maybe even sharing it. But liking and subscribing, those are the 2 important ones. If you could do that on every video you watch, whether it's mine or not, you'd be supporting the YouTuber that you're currently watching, and they'd appreciate it. I know I definitely appreciate it. But that's it for today. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, as previously mentioned, and let me know what you thought of the police deal, or what you think of the police DLC in the comments below. That's it for today's video. I hope you all have a beautiful week, whatever it is you're getting up to. I'm back from my holiday today, so by the time you see this video, I'll be getting back in my seat and getting ready to record some more videos. So there we go. Have a beautiful week, whatever it is you're getting up to, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Like and subscribe for Virtual Mechanic.